Hi friends, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. I have a haul video for you today. I'm super excited about it. If you're new here, my name is Laura. I sell women's vintage clothing online on platforms like Etsy and eBay, kind of Poshmark and Depop. I also sell on a live auction platform called Whatnot, and the majority of the clothing I'm going to show you today is probably going to be offered up on Whatnot first. If it doesn't sell there, eventually I do move it over to Etsy, eBay, etc. But let me get into what I found today. The first thing I'm going to show you is going to go right to eBay or Etsy or all of the above. It's not going to Whatnot. This thing is so freaking cool. I can't really tell you what the comps are on this. Look at this. This is amazing. So this is, I'm pretty sure this is a graduation robe, but the company that made this, it's very long. The company that made this also apparently made church vestments. So I'm going to show you the tag. So there you can see church vestments, academic gowns, right? Bentley and Simon. And so we've got this long velvet thing going on down the front, these stripes, very balloony sleeve. It's got this nice wide cuff here, which is cool. I know you can't see me, but I'm trying to show you like detail. It's very long and very full. And then on the back, this is what the detailing looks like on the back. It's just gorgeous. And when we talk about graduation gowns, this isn't like, you know, this is not what I wore when I graduated Montclair State University back in a long time ago. This is like fancy shit. Now, this is also older, as you can probably have guessed by the tag. I believe this is meant to be an academic thing and not a church thing. I mean, I know those look maybe, I'm not religious in that sense. So like, this looks kind of like crossy to me, but also I don't think so. And I think that these are supposed to indicate some sort of academic status. I'm not 100% positive. There is another tag in here, but it's pretty busted up. Ooh, let's see. There's that. I don't know. It's not telling us a whole lot, but you can see the seams and everything. This thing is really awesome. I tried to do a search on comparable sold pieces while I was in the thrift store, and not much came up. There was this brand and one or two like church vestment garments that sold around $80. I know that I sold a vintage graduation gown in the past, and I know that I was very happy with the sale price of it. It went for more than I expected, but I don't have any recollection of how much. It was many years ago. But this is gorgeous. It's heavy. It's excellent quality. Again, like, look at this stuff. It's so freaking cool. That tag. I love it. Anyway, so that's going to go right to like eBay or whatever. eBay, Etsy, all of the things. That was $8 for me. So that was really cool. All right, now we're going to get into like my normal run-of-the-mill type of stuff. This first piece is a Custo Barcelona little mesh t-shirt with a pink sequined rooster on it. We all know that this is a pink sequined cock. We can't call it that online. That word's going to be little shadow band kind of, whatever, you know what I'm saying. But here's the tag, Custo Barcelona. This does have a little run. I don't know if you guys can see it right here. There's a small run in the fabric back here. No, you can't really see it too well. Anyway, not a big deal. This cost me $2. Custo Barcelona pieces sell for decent amounts of money. They can go for like moderate to very high. I'm going to try and list this. I mean, I might throw it into Whatnot. I'm not positive. This is not really my Whatnot crowd necessarily, although I do feel like my Whatnot shows have been getting a little bit more diversity as far as the types of things that people will buy from me. This is very Y2K, and on Depop, I don't know, whatever. I'm going to list this for probably like $49 on the regular platforms, but I might put it up on Whatnot first. I'm not positive. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how much I've got in the show tomorrow. Oh my God. I'm already sweating because I have these photo lights on. I didn't want to take off my cute little jacket, but I'm way too hot right now. So sorry about that. All right, let's go. Let's go. Next is a sweater. So you may know, because I've been talking about it nonstop for entirely too long, I am doing a sweater themed show on Whatnot next week. And I have a whole bunch of stuff for it right now. So this sweater, if I have enough inventory for my Whatnot show tomorrow, This is going to be saved for my sweater show for next week. But if I don't have enough inventory, then I'll put this up because look at this thing. How cool is this? I love this. I love that it's all both sides. I love that it's like crazy colors and designs and everything. Here's the tag. A little torn up. It feels like cotton ramie. It's very cool. I love it. And I spent $3 on this. Love that. All right. So there's that. Let's see. Here's another little sweater. This will probably just go into tomorrow's show. Maybe the sweater show, but I have so many sweaters for the sweater show that I'm not really worrying about it. This is a really pretty little cardigan. It's called Cottage Garden is the brand. I just really liked all these tiny flower details on it. I love the pointel knit. Here's the tag. And it's pretty. This was also $3. And cute little buttons. I feel like this is maybe 90s, you know? I don't think it has a second tag. No, it does. Yeah, it's just an embroidered tag. 100% cotton, made in Nepal. Very nice. That's adorable. All right, let's see. Come here, please. This is a cutie patootie. Just a little floral cami. Just going to hold it up like that. Right, little lingerie cami. This was $1.50 and a little Vanity Fair. I think things like this are cute. I might throw this up maybe for $5, maybe 10, but I don't know. I like to throw a good little $5 thing in every now and then. I have another t-shirt in here too somewhere that'll go up for $5. Even when I'm only spending $1 on an item, $5 isn't getting me a whole lot. I don't remember. I know I calculated it at one point. I'm trying to remember how much I make on a $5 thing. I think it's like $3.50 or something. Like it's not really worth it, but it's worth it because it's like an added bonus for my regular buyers, I think. This dress, so cool. So this seafoam green, we've got these awesome sleeves, right? This is a maxi length dress. And then it's got all these little blingy blings on here. This has a tag. Little union tag. Ideally, I would wash this, but I'm not going to because this is going in tomorrow's show. It's got a little yellowing at the underarm here. And this whole thing is so polyester. I think that'll just come right out. I'm not really worried about that. I'm just going to disclose it to the buyer and they can decide. This thing was $7. I am going to list this for a $15 start on Whatnot. I start the majority of my auctions at $15 on Whatnot. And a good chunk of the time, the items sell for $15. Paying $7 is kind of a borderline. I like to pay $5 or less for something that I'm going to sell for $15 because when I sell it for $15, I get about 12 or 12 and a half bucks, after fees. So then if I'm making $12 and then this thing costs me $7, you know what I'm saying? Is that what I said it was? $7? Yeah, this was $7. So I'm only really making $8 on that and I'm modeling it and I'm doing it's a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not that much money, but again, I try to look at the shows as a whole and not at the individual items, So this next piece, this is really cute. This is by a brand that I've found a few times this year and the tag is adorable. It's just this very mini, like gauzy cotton kind of skirt. It might be rayon. No, it's cotton. Okay. And it has a drawstring waist, which is nice. I think that it's adorable because it's mini and it's like a faux patchwork. It's very cute. And then here's the tag. If you've been watching my videos, you'll probably recognize it. Look at, there she is. That's my inner reseller. That's kind of the state of being that I'm in all the time. So short circuit, but it was adorable. I love that tag. It's so cute. Cute little mini skirt. This thing was $4. So very cool. All right, let's see. Next up is this. I was very excited to find this. I would keep it, but it's too big for me. It is a Lucky Brand, like a Y2K era Lucky Brand t-shirt. It's very cute. Here's the print. Right? Isn't that adorable? Here's the tag. And this cost $3. So very good deal. Again, I don't know if it's a good Whatnot candidate. I'm going to put it up on Whatnot, but I feel like Y2K is not really my Whatnot zone. But I also feel like I've been surprised a little bit recently, a couple shows here and there. All right, next up is this little 90s. I think this is a romper, jumpsuit, whatever. Same thing. This was $4. And it's just a pretty cute little basic 90s rayon jumpsuit. It's black with little pinky purple flowers. Very cute. And there's the tag. Whoop. There. So, adorable. And it's got, does it have tie? No, it does not have any ties at the back. I don't know if it had a belt at some point. I don't think so. But anyway, cute. It's going to be a little bit of a cropped leg. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I do love all jumpsuits. So, all right, next up is this blouse. I was on the fence. I think I got 2 blouses today that I was kind of like, I don't know. But this I think will be really cool, like, especially with Halloween coming up. It's not a Halloween themed blouse, but it's just for the, you can see right now already, for the people who are like into the Halloween gothy type of aesthetic. I think this would be a really cool, like, type of blouse to wear to work. Like if you are a little bit more of a goth personality, but you're trying to figure out how to be appropriate for your job, this is a great blouse, I think. Plus, I just think it's cool in general. So this is silk, which is also nice. And then it's this purple and black design. It has this little like not asymmetric, this weird little pocket that's not on the chest. So that's nice for once. Very cool. These shoulder pads are massive. They're like couch cushions on your shoulders. It's fucking ridiculous. Little band collar. I think like this doesn't look like such hot shit right now as it is, but I'm going to style it with a high-waisted black like pencil skirt when I model it. And these always look better when they're like tucked in, right? They're really cool. This is the tag. And how much did we pay? $6. So there we go. Start that at 15 as well. Look at these like they don't even want to like bend on the hanger. These things are so big and stiff. That's what she said. Okay. Next up is the little t-shirt that I'm going to throw up for $5. This is probably 90s. It's a little single seam stitching on the sleeves. Beep, beep. And I'll read the shirt. Don't get nervous. I'm going to tell you what it says. There's the tag. It was $1. And it says, there's only one smart thing to make for dinner. Reservations. And it's a shoebox greetings card, a tiny little division of Hallmark. I don't know if they still have that, but I remember it from the 90s. So I thought it was cute. For $1, I was like, fuck it. Buy it for $1, throw it up for $5. Somebody might like it. Next, ooh, this is a romper. Like an actual romper, not a jumpsuit romper. Let's see. Doesn't want to go on the hanger. Okay, just little red like t-shirt material. Cute, very basic, very simple. This is adorable, so comfortable. This was $2.50. So I think these are fun. All right, love that. What are you? You're a 2-piece set. So this is a 2-piece set that I really like, but I don't know if I'll be able to offer it up tomorrow. This hair is sticking to everything. Because the elastic on the skirt is a little bit shot. I'll be able to fix it, but I don't have this kind of elastic right now. So here's the skirt, right? And it's hard to tell. It is like a patchworky thing. It's just a bunch of different flower prints patchwork together. Some of them have little embellishment on there, like nothing too crazy, but a little bit of beading here and there. And the skirt, this is what the waistband looks like. So each of these, this channel, 3 of these channels have elastic through it. And somebody started trying to do something, right? So that's why I knew it would be channel set elastic. And I figured, okay, like it'll be annoying, but I can change that out 3 times in one skirt. you know, but I'm just going to have to do it. I don't have elastic that's this thin. I have like wider elastic, and then I have like super skinny elastic that is not going to be good for this. So this may have to wait, but it is a 2-piece set. Here's the tag, thumbs up, very cute. I like this. And then the top is here. You know, it just doesn't look like much because it's a big mess of flower print stuff, but it's really cute. I like it. So, and this set cost $4. So yay. I just have to fix the elastic. All right, next up, this is another cute little 90s. Uh-oh, we're all stuck together. Let's all, come on, please. Another cute little 90s dress. Rayon, floral. This one's a sleeveless little fit and flare kind of cutie patootie. Look at that print, so cute. This was $4. There's the tag. And here's a close-up of the print. Isn't that pretty? I love that. And this does have a little tie at the back of the waist. So I think this will be really adorable. I know we're coming up on the end of summer, but I don't fucking care. And also this would be so cute with like, you know, like dressed up in a more like grungy goth kind of way, like some black tights, Doc Martens, you know, maybe something underneath. It'll be really cute. Or just a little like cropped cardigan over it. Adorable. And I think it's so pretty. So I've got that. And that one was $4. So fantastic. Next up is this very sweet little dress. It seems like it's handmade. I didn't look super hard for tags yet because I didn't care if it was handmade or not. It was coming home with me. But it's very pretty little, probably like 60s, 70s era. That's a close-up of the print. Isn't that cute? This was $3. Love it. So adorable. What kind of buttons do we have? Oh, they're covered buttons. It's also nice. That's the other thing that's super impressive. Like if you made this at home and you covered buttons, like that's some, in my opinion, like that's some fucking work, man. Yeah, I think it's just handmade. Very sweet. That's all the construction. Adorable. Love it. Love it. Did I tell you how much it was? $3? Yes. So let's see. You can hold on a minute. We'll show you in a minute. This is a pair of pants. These were $2. And these are sort of reminiscent of like the 80s wrestler pants, but they're not quite like that. Here's the tag. And it's just kind of the same vibe. They're a little bit less gym. You know, these are like rayon. So these are meant to be a little bit more dressed up. I don't know if dressed up is the right word. They're not workout pants is what I'm saying. They're not, you're not going to wear them to the gym, but they're pretty cool. I thought it was a fun print. So here they are. I wonder how, hold on. We got to see, would these look cute with, I don't know. I think it's pushing it a little bit. I don't know. No. Oh, well, I tried. You get inspired sometimes, and sometimes it's bad inspiration. Anyway, these pants were $2. Yay. All right. This is the other blouse that I was kind of on the, on the precipice with. I was like, I don't know if I want it, but I'm afraid it's going to look, I don't know, weird. Like it's one of these things, like I think maybe it'll look really cool, but I'm not sure. It's also silk though. I don't know why I keep doing this. It was $5. So I like the flower print. I like the kind of dolman sleeve situation going on. I like this sort of black side there. I like the silhouette. It's marked size 10, which should be like a modern medium, but it looks a little bigger than that. So I don't know. I figured, you know what, let's get it. It's $5. It wasn't quite like a great price as far as gambling on something, but it wasn't the worst either. I know I'll be able to sell it somewhere eventually. So we'll see if it sells on Whatnot. Let's see. Here's another one that maybe is going to go on Whatnot tomorrow, or maybe it's going to go in the sweater show next week. Either way, this sucker was coming home with me because it's adorable and it was $2. Look at that. The colors are amazing. The little people are so cute. Isn't that adorable? If you couldn't tell, I was giving myself a thumbnail pose because I gotta always hunt for something to stick in the thumbnail. It takes me forever. Let's see. Then there's this. That's the tag. So cute. And it's on both sides. So bonus. All right, that was $2, which I think I already told you. Fantastic. Let's see. Oh, this one I was excited about because this I found. I'm trying to see what else is in here. All right. This I found somewhere where it didn't belong. It was not with the dresses. So it was kind of like a bonus find towards the end of my shopping trip. It's so freaking cute. I love it. This was $6. And oh, that's right. It's a little 70s-ish. This does not really belong there, but you know. So here's the dress, right? You can see it's a little bit sheer. And then it's got this great floral part up top. I love this. This is the belt that I tied around so that it wouldn't get lost. There's the tag, which is so cute. And it's got these cute little drawstring shoulders. I love that. It's adorable. It's so cute. And that was $6. So love that. All right, let's see. Do I really have... Okay, I have 3 items left. 2 of them are very weird, and then 1 is super cool. So, very weird number 1. This one's really weird. Really a little bit weird. I almost did not get it, but I got it because it's Y2K. I mean, I got it because it's weird, right? But I also got it because it's Y2K for sure, and it's a larger size. So I'll just show you. Right, so it's like a little Y2K. It's stretchy. This got mesh sleeves, and then this is very stretchy. These are all prong set rhinestones, which is also good. Like if this was modern, these would just be like glued on or barely even glued on. So, right, bistro for all meat dishes. Going to the meat. I mean, there's the tag, and then the other tag, which is kind of the clincher for me, is the paper tag down here, right? Now you can see that says size 4. These types of tees are often very fitted. They're super stretchy. Oh, okay, yeah. So normally I think of size 4 as being like a size small, right? This does not seem like that to me. This seems like I would call this like a size large, probably, maybe an extra large. So I don't know if the 4 is a vanity sizing or what the situation is. I'll try it on. I'll take the measurements, obviously. We'll see how it shakes out. But I thought it was cool, especially if it is a little bit larger. So, because I feel like these are probably harder to find in larger sizes. And I thought it was fucking weird. Yeah, you know, like, and it was $2. So, you know. All right. And then the next weird thing. This is like more of a run-of-the-mill weird, you know, is this hideous Christmas sweatshirt. I talked about these recently because I don't like this kind of stuff. Like, this is not my jam. I mean, like Christmas stuff in general, I don't really care about. But I did pick up a similar, like super cheesy, legit 80s or 90s Christmas sweatshirt. Because, you know, like there was a whole like thing where ugly Christmas sweaters were selling really well for this brief period of time. And then they became very commercially available, super cheap all over the place. And so now it's just overrun and they're like boring and not that profitable. But this is an old school one. And it's just kitschy and goofy and weird. And oh shit, I didn't notice that. Oh, well, we're going to sell it anyway. Here's the tag, variety. And this was $4. And what I'll probably do, I was going to list it for $15, but because of that shit on the back, I'll probably just list it for $10. So, but we'll see what happens, right? Like, whatever, it's fun. It was a fun little piece. Anyway, there's that. That's going to go in the show tomorrow. And then the final item, this was really cool. I don't know if I'm going to put this on Whatnot, just because it's expensive and heavy. It's clothing. Hold on, let me get it on there. I spent $15 on this, which I think is worth it for what it is. Let me see. It is a suede jacket. Let me zip it up for you so that you can get the fuller picture of what it looks like. This is very heavy, sort of a little bit stiff kind of suede. Okay. So here it is. You can see it's got a belt. I love the belt loops. They're very cool. It does have pockets. Here's the back. It's got a hood, right? So it's very cool. This is like a size extra small to small, okay? And then the tag is very awesome. Oh, girl. Here's the tag. Very cool. I don't think that there's any other tags in this. Country Sophisticates is what it says, if you were not able to read it with my shaky camera skills there. Yeah, I don't see any other tags in this. This is really cool though. And if I put it on Whatnot, I'm going to put it up for like, you know, I spent 15 bucks on it. This alone, I would say this is probably over 2 pounds. So it's going to be heavy. And on Whatnot, I cover the shipping for anything over 5 pounds. And if you're buying multiple things, you might be able to get to 5 pounds pretty easily, especially when one of those things is a 2-pound suede jacket. So if I put this on Whatnot, I might put it up for like 40 bucks or something, which I think is still a pretty fantastic price for a suede jacket like that. But if I were putting that directly on Etsy, I'd probably list it like 80 bucks, like $79, right? Which on Etsy includes the shipping, you know, but I thought it was pretty cool. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. I feel like there's a lot of things in today's haul where my first choice would not be to put them directly on Whatnot, or at least not in the show tomorrow. I want to save some of the sweaters for next week. You know, the graduation gown is going to go on at eBay directly. The Custo Barcelona, I wouldn't necessarily put up on Whatnot, but I'm not going to have enough inventory for my Whatnot show for tomorrow if I don't probably put the majority of this up. So we'll see how it shakes out. I'm going to put in what I know I want on there and then add in the rest of the stuff as I need to. So either way, hopefully it'll be a good show. I do have some stuff already posted in my Whatnot show for tomorrow, just like 10 or 11 items. So I've got some of the work done already, but I have a lot more work to do as usual. And I've been working pretty steadily on my sweater show. So as of this moment, as I'm recording this, I think I have 36 or 37 items loaded up for the sweaters. And I'm going to keep going with that. But it's a nice solid start for people to be able to kind of peruse through and decide if they want to bookmark the show for next week. I'm very excited about it. Plus, you know, the sweater show is like kind of all from scratch. I always have 100 items in each of my Whatnot shows, and usually just the first 30 items are brand new and everything else has kind of been in a show before. The sweater show is going to be pretty much all from scratch. There are a few items that are carrying over from like the winter, but not that many, honestly. So I don't know how many items are going to be in the show yet. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I expect it to be at least around 80. It might be around 100 though. I'm not sure. I haven't counted, but I have a lot of stuff. And I've got, you know, I'm up to like, even if I'm at 35, I'm not even halfway through yet. So it should be nice and good and solid, and we'll see. Anyway, that's too much rambling about that. I need to go get to work. I appreciate you watching this so much. Let me know if there was a favorite piece that you had. And I don't even know what my favorite piece was. They're all really cool. I really liked this sweater. I thought this was super adorable. The gown is graduation gown is awesome. I liked a lot of this stuff. This was really cool. I like the little red romper. That's so cute. That's like hanging around the house, like work from home, kind of comfortable in the summertime kind of romper. All right, I'm going to shut up now. Thank you so much for watching this. Please like my video and subscribe if you're not already. I appreciate you so much. I will see you again soon.